We got ourselves Team Red with, who do we got? We got ourselves Trini, Chinny. I don't know what to say about the name. You got ourselves Seawork as well. I think going in as more of an arcane mage. Aaron as a Fury Warrior. I do like the gem slot eyeball piece. You know what I mean? We got Kyle Jr. back as a good old Fearl, and you said what? Playing as a Sass, I want to say. We also got ourselves Team Blue with Boomin coming back on his boy, more like girl. Look at that, dude. Looking so good. We got ourselves Death Sleek. We got ourselves Illiterate coming back as an enhancement maniac. Lukron on the demonology and Twinkle Wink. We got ourselves quite a matchup, dude. We got ourselves some big boys in this one. Who's going to be going first and who's going to be going last? I think Team Red is still trying to figure out. It looks like Boomin is going to be coming in with a big boom in here. He's going to come in blasting people left and right. It's going to be Aaron up first as a Fury Warrior. Is Boom going to have an easy time with this one? I actually haven't seen Boom play that elemental against Fury Warriors. I feel like the elemental kind of lags on that duel immediately. Aaron getting hit with a lightning lasso immediately, and Boom starts to get himself as much distance as possible. But Aaron, how are you so tanky looking? What is your health? You took a full lasso. That should be like almost 40% of your health. I guess since it's not percentage anymore, it's not as consistent. Aaron taking quite a bit of damage from those zaps out of Boomin as he's getting those lightning bolts in there. Double elemental available. Aaron is going to get a charge onto Boom, get a knockback. Does he run Stormbolt or something? He might be a Stormbolt boy, which is why he's not getting those double charges into Boom. Boom actually trying to make sure he has a line of sight, getting a couple of those Earth Shocks, Lightning Bolts for freebie versus Aaron. Aaron has the Earth Elemental to heal off of, and he decided to focus on the Earth Elemental completely. Pummeling that thing down. Might actually be able to kill the Earth Elemental. He's even sinking Crucibles into that thing. Lightning Lasso. Aaron is going to trinket out of this one since he's next to Boom and is going to see the Stormbolt coming out without that charge to intercept Boom. However, Aaron is kind of out in the open. Gonna go for a big old leap. Does not have the auto talent on Bloodthirst to take away all slows by the looks of it. So this might be a perfect kiting potential for Boom and keeping Aaron out in the open, trying to cleanse all the buffs off of Aaron. And a big old Earth Shock to follow, doing a little bit of damage. What was that charge? Actually allowing Aaron to get some line of sight onto the bridge with Boomin. Boomin does go for a Frozen Nova on himself with that Frost Shock empowered by Earth Shock combo. Power of the Elementals or something? Power of the something. That's all I know about it. It's been a while since we've seen a big old Elemental Shaman play here, but it looks like, well, Aaron is getting whittled down little by little. Sky Fury Totem coming down is using his Enraged Regeneration, hoping to maybe get some healing off of Boomin, but as he's super slowed down, kiting around, having to go for Crucibles of Flame defensively, all he can really do is try to line aside Boom as best as he can, but Boom always seems to have an angle. Stormkeeper trying to come out, gonna be a leap for Aaron, doesn't actually leap on top of Boomin, enough for Boomin to separate from one. It looks like Aaron is not having a good time, does get to somehow ignore that thunder, the thunder knockback by the Elemental Shaman. Is gonna go for a bit of a Blaze Storm on chase with Boom. He has quite a bit of health. So far, I would say Aaron has been getting pummeled left and right by Boom, unless Boom just got the damage that really tickles the guy. But it looks like the damage should be a lot. Big Lightning Lasso with that Sky Fury Totem should be quite a lot of crit, and that's going to be a big old Earth Shock to follow up at the very end. That took a while to kill Aaron. But Aaron did not have themselves playstyle where he was prepared for what Boomin was going to do. Just a simple kite spree for Boomin. Actually kind of an easy duel. But next up is going to be Kyle Jr. as a Fearl. Last time we've seen this bad boy, he goes for big damage, punishing Boomin in the opener, double Crucible, big old bite, even going for Root Thunder coming out for Boom. But Kyle is quick on the draw, going to be able to get himself that big old Fearl leap. Safety Tricky coming out of Boomin as the bleeds are whittling him down, trying to get a healing surge or two, staying in the Ghost Wolf as best as possible, trying to get some doubts or maybe some slows into Kyle. Is going to get him into a secondary stun, jumping off of the platform for a second. Root coming out for Kyle. Boom. How much to pop himself wall. Not really doing all that good. Having to back away from the Fearl. Hopefully he has a flame shock on him, and as soon as Kyle sees Boom and get away, he doesn't want to give him the opportunity to get a bunch of healing surges. Wants to keep him mobile. Is actually going to find an opener onto Boom. Boom is going to go for a lightning lasso. It is going to be short, so it's not going to do the most amount of damage and the longest duration. Root coming down to Boom as he's desperately trying to get away from the Fearl, but looks like the damage out of Kyle is just way too much. Going to be Twinkle Wink immediately shadow step into Kyle Jr., slamming him with a garrote. Kyle catching himself a reset with Prowl is going to go for an opener. Full setup onto Twinkle. Thorns are up and running. Cloaker Shadows coming out for Twinkle. Is he going to be able to come back for this? So Kyle so far has had a massive opener and a massive health advantage to Twinkle, who's going to have to go for Warlock Hellstone, maybe get himself a bit of a sippy cup. And actually landing a sap onto Kyle as he goes for a bit of a reset. It's going to be bashed onto Twink. He is going to trick it out of it. Getting a shot onto Kyle, who still does hold the trinket. He still has a trinket if things go bad. Big bite onto Twinkle, who's going to go for a Warlock Hellstone right now. Evasion is up and running. Kyle popping wall to counter that. As soon as that evasion's done, I think Twinkle doesn't really have a lot of options. Does still hold on to a blind. Mally setting up into Kyle Jr. Probably going to go for a big old kidney shot, but before he can do that, big bite out of Kyle, taking him out, going for that regrowth spam heal. Kyle is just coming in and just abusing these boys. Just harassing, thrashing, ripping and tearing into these men. Going to be Chain of Ice into Kyle, but he's going to get some big bleeds of Destil. Look at Destil. He's just like, he just stopped. He just stopped in place. Unless he expected to be rooted forever, he was just like, oh my god, this Fearl dude. You have to take a moment for a second. Starting to get some damage into Kyle. Going to be Thorns. AMS coming out for Destil to deal with the Thorns, but that's going to be the full army of the dead on the chase for Kyle Jr. It's going to be a little bit of time before all the pets connect. Full army of the dead from Apocalypse coming out right now. The Abomination does get to get a couple tags into Kyle. There's going to be Mages of the Dead dealing distance, and that's going to be an opportunity for Destil to just keep Kyle out in the open. Let those pets attack Kyle. That's going to be the best opportunity he can get. Same tricky coming out for the death, they though, having to go in a big old IBF, and Kyle looking to juke out of there immediately. Destil melting to those powerful dots. Not a lot he could really do besides connect with the Fearl and try to get a couple of death strikes in. It looks like Destil might be lagging a little bit. Tricky coming out of Kyle onto that Strangulate and a big old bite to end the deal. Illiterate is going to be up next as an enhancement shaman. What can you do? Kyle so far has been dispatching every one of these boys. Kyle though does not have a trinket. And what if there's going to be in any way potential for Illiterate to maybe get a stun and big burst into Kyle, maybe some big blood of the enemy? Is the trinket out of Illiterate, trying to deny Kyle from any damage early on, trying not to kind of sit there while the bleeds are kind of ripping him apart. He's going to go for big old Ascendus, actually jumping down on Ascendus as Kyle goes for a big old Feral leap. So that's going to be a reset for both of them. Kyle looks like he got away from majority of Illiterate's burst. He is going to get himself one or two more wind strikes in there, but that was such a reset for Kyle. What a juke out by the Feral. Oh my goodness, Illiterate had all this burst. It looks like he actually might be completely out of steam, trying to drop down Capacitor Totem a little bit early. Maybe he'll get Kyle out in the open. It looks like Kyle is going to take a sweet time, getting a fresh new opener, fresh rake, getting himself a setup rip. Sundering coming down for Illiterate, trying to disrupt Kyle a little, but that's going to be double Crucible. That's a lot of bleed damage for Kyle, and he's going to ramp it up with even more damage. Looks like he's playing Berserk for this playstyle instead of Incarnation. Illiterate somehow is still alive though. Big bite to follow though. He needs to get himself the Earth Shield up and running immediately. Illiterate's trying to fight his way through Kyle. Maybe something like a Capacitor Totem would be perfect here. Maybe a Counter Strike Totem would be amazing. Trying to go for a little bit of self-healing while Safety Chicken holds. Trying to stay in Ghostful as best possible. Big Heroism coming out. Might want to deal with those thorns, but nope. The big bite cancels him down. Lukron, last man standing on Team Blue as a Warlock. Kyle making sure to give Lukron an opportunity to at least get himself a portal. Oh, the Fell Guard almost caught Kyle out, but I think Kyle might be playing the Bounce Affinity. Actually, no, I think it's just maybe that extra range on Rake might have been enough. But either way, he did get himself the opener. He's actually using plenty of line of sight against Lukron. And look at Lukron's health. He's already at 50% health. Kyle barely tagged him. Barely got an opener, landing that root onto his pet way back there. Guardian of Azeroth coming out for what looks like Lukron's pet. So Lukron decided to go for a full army setup. There's going to be a stun onto Lukron, and he's going to trinket out of it, but a Skull Bash meets him right after. Kyle is surrounded by pets. Lukron needs to get the big tyrant up and running. It's going to be Guardian of Azeroth doing quite a bit of damage. Stun onto Kyle, back to back, does get the tyrant. He's going to go for a horror effect. All the pets are slapping him up. If he can keep Kyle out in the open, Maledict to follow. Kyle's actually having to go for a little bit of heal through the Mali. Regrows to try to come out, but the pets are meeting him on the other side. Kyle might just go down to all those pets. Thorns are up and running. Might be able to deal with some of the pets. Lukron just needs to meet Kyle in front, face to face for a second bash onto Lukron. Is he going to be able to survive it? Kyle at barely any health. Kyle going for a big old bite into Lukron, barely any health left. And actually Kyle ends up winning that one. What the what? Kyle coming out, slapping him down. All 5 people back to back to back. Oh my goodness. Boom just got to get himself just a little bit of that gameplay as an elemental Shaboy just came in, dipping his feet wet into the duel.